A mechanic is claiming he was unaware that the car parts he removed from an old vehicle on the behalf of his customer were actually stolen property. He made his position known in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Monday before Senior Parish Judge Laurie Ann Cole Monteague. Rosario Pinto, who is charged along with Jamuta Daly for simply larceny, pleaded guilty to the offense. Pinto said that on October the 1st, he was hired by Daly to remove the distributor and other car parts from the vehicle, which belonged to the complainant in the matter. He said he agreed to remove the car parts because Daly indicated that he was given permission from the owner of the vehicle. However, he was shocked after he was arrested and charged for the theft. According to court documents, police officers were patrolling the Jackshill area in St. Andrew when they noticed two men removing parts from a vehicle, then driving off. After giving chase, the police officers were able to apprehend the men and they were swiftly charged. Although it was confirmed that the distributor was returned to the complainant after the accused men were arrested, Daly and Pinto were ordered to make restitution to the man in the sum of $100,000 for the other car parts that were not returned. This was paid over in court. Defending his action, Daly said he was going to tell the complainant that he took the parts since the vehicle is old. Well, you should not have interfered with an old vehicle that didn't belong to you, as you put it, presiding Judge Laurie Ann Cole Monteague said. At the same time, responding to Pinto's claim that he was hired to remove the parts, the judge said, "The work you got was illegal work." Both men were ultimately ordered to return to court on January 17 for sentencing. Fingerprint orders were also made for them. Controversial vlogger Andre Stevens has lost a default judgment in a defamation suit in the Supreme Court to investment banker Ryan Strachan. Stevens, known for his often loud style and antics, did not bother to formally acknowledge the lawsuit that was brought against him. He had in March publicly stated that he was in receipt of a demand letter and that his lawyers would deal with it. But by not formally acknowledging the lawsuit, it is now up to the court to go ahead and assess the level of damage as well as the costs and interest that Stephen will have to pay Strachan. Strachan is currently the Vice President of Investor Relations at GK Capital, the investment and advisory subsidiary of food and financial service company Grace Kennedy Limited. He had argued that Stevens made gravely defamatory videos and images that were published through his social media accounts on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Attorney Trevor Cuff of the firm Cuff and Shaw said Stevens maliciously besmirched the reputation of his client, who is an eminent and highly respected senior member of his profession, with several postings on February the 5th, 7th, and 18th. The letter alleged that on February the 7th, 2023, Stevens, operating under the username at Andre_Stevens876, published a video on the social media platform TikTok containing a number of malicious and disparaging statements and innuendos. The letter demanded that Stevens cease and desist from uttering any further false and malicious statements or innuendos against Strachan. The letter demanded an unqualified apology in terms to be dictated by the law firm and to be disseminated by way of YouTube handle at I am Andre Stevens 1035, TikTok angle at Andre underscore Stevens 876, and Instagram handle at I am Andre Stevens. The letter further demanded that within 3 days of the date of the letter, Stevens should remove the above mentioned videos and posts from the YouTube handle at I am Andre Stevens 1035, TikTok tangle at Andre underscore Steven 876, and Instagram angle at I am Andre Stevens. The letter also demanded a reimbursement to our client in full for his legal costs should these demands not be met. We have strict instructions to file legal proceedings against you forthwith to recover damages as well as aggravated damages therein. Cuff wrote, as a result of these gravely defamatory videos and images involving our client, who is an eminent and highly respected senior member of his profession, you have intentionally and maliciously besmirched our client's reputation. In January, Strachan firm that he joined SSL as a wealth advisor in September 2011 and later supervised Jean and Panton. The former wealth advisor accused in the SSL fraud for 1 year. He left in August 2015. It is hard to imagine a more damaging series of libels of our client, which are calculated to cause him serious and lasting damage both in his public and private life, reflecting as they do on his integrity, honesty, and his professional competence and his motives, Cuff wrote. Strachan, through his lawyers, argued that he had no reason to question Panton's action in managing an account held by sports legend Usain Bolt's holding company Wellgen. I was never made aware of any concerns, so I can't speak to that because that was never at my level of authority, he said. This is the second major defamation lawsuit won awarded against a vlogger in recent years. In 2019, the Supreme Court awarded $16 million to former Moravian minister Dr. Keanu Thompson in his defamation lawsuit filed against gender activist Latoya Nugent. In that case, the court also ordered that she should pay all legal costs. So, I guess what they're saying is that if Andre Stevens had acknowledged the lawsuit that was brought against him, the outcome would have been different, as he would have been able to counter the damages and defend his action. But once you not acknowledge it, you leave it to the court and the person who is pushing the action to come up with the final result. Because even though Andre did not acknowledge it, he never advised his lawyers, it seems, to deal with it, it's alleged. So the outcome now is that he will have to pay damages to banker Ryan Strachan. Traffic cop O'Dane Davidson, who is charged for allegedly soliciting money from a motorist along the Spanish Town bypass in St. Catherine, was today granted $500,000 bail in the parish court. The constable, who lives in Clarendon and is attached to the St. Catherine North Traffic Department, was ordered by Parish Judge Keon Lamy to surrender his travel documents and to report to the Four Parts Police Station on Tuesdays and Fridays. A stop order was also imposed Davidson, who is charged with corruption, was ordered to reappear in court on January 9, 2024. Allegations are that on October the 21st, he was soliciting money from a motorist when undercover cops swooped down and arrested him. He was later charged with breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act. The investigating officer from the Police Inspectorate of Professional Standards Oversight Bureau was present in court today. Davidson is being represented by attorney at law Kimberly Wong.